Welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Lindsay. The next lesson I have here is actually another one that kind of piggybacks on our last lesson where we did our underwater tunnel in 3D, where we talked about a vanishing point and trying to make it look like we're going back into that tunnel. So this one's going to be a similar concept, but instead of making a tunnel, I thought we could try a room this time. So this is very similar. The only difficult part is drawing the things that go in the room and make those line up properly with our vanishing point. So here's one that I've been sketching. So you can see how you can go back into this room and how it's similar to that underwater scene, which I think I have a sample of right here. Okay, there's the underwater one, but you can see the similarities, how you're going back in. Okay, but to do this, we have to start with a vanishing point. We have to draw this rectangular shape here for the back wall, and then these lines we need out in the corners so we actually make our space. The tricky part is being able to draw things like this dresser or this bed or this rug even, so they're going back into the page and they're lining up right. So I'll show you how to do that, and then the only thing you really need for this is a straight edge of some kind. I'm using a ruler, your pencil, and then something to color with when you're all done. I didn't color this yet, but my plan is to color this poster, maybe come up with a cool design for the bed. Maybe you have a bedspread that you want to use ideas from and make it look like yours. I can color in what's outside the window. My rug could have a design on it. My walls could be really whatever color I think would look nice, or I could color all the main details in the floor and I could just leave these walls white if I want my walls to be white in my room. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me move this out of the way. To do this, what I started with was finding the center of my page. And to find the center of the page, I took my ruler and drew a line corner to corner here, and another one corner to corner here. This ruler's not quite long enough, so I have to kind of slide it, but it will work for this. So I'm going to line it up with that top corner, start drawing this way, and then I'll have to slide my ruler to make it to the other corner. So I'm going to draw lightly just in case this doesn't line up, and it lines up close enough. Not perfect, but it goes pretty close to that corner. Okay, so that line goes all the way across. I don't want it too dark at first because there is a little bit of erasing to do, but let me darken it so you can see it. Okay, step 2, same thing this way. Diagonal, corner to corner. Go as far as I can. I'm going to have to slide my ruler to reach the corner. And if this doesn't quite line up right, I can always erase and adjust that, but that should be pretty close. So this is going to be about my center right here. This is my vanishing point. The next step is to draw that back wall. You can use a ruler or you can just lightly freehand it in, but either way, you want to make sure the corners line up. So if I start freehand, I'm going to draw real light like this. Okay, I could use a ruler for that though, and I could make this further out. It depends on how much space I want. I think that's a good spot. Okay, I'm going to draw this one lightly across the bottom, lightly across the top, and then lightly from here to there and connect. And make sure they line up okay. And then I can darken that with my ruler, but I just started off real light to make sure it matched up in the corners. So now that I can see I made it match, I'll just take my ruler and I want that pretty dark. I want to see those lines. And I might have to erase a little bit later, but I'm going to darken them anyways so we can see them better. There's my wall along the back of the room. And I'm lining up the corners when I draw this line here. Okay, there we go. Now, right here in the middle, I can keep my vanishing point, but I erase all this. So this line goes away because this is just a wall. I needed that to help me do it though. There we go. Now I have my room or my space, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and this is like the back wall. A lot of times I put my door here. Okay, so there you go. I have to think about where I want to put things. I could draw this a lot of different ways, but let me get you a little start. I'm going to put my bed on this side. If you like what I'm showing you and it's easier for you, you can just follow along with my steps. You could attempt the same thing on this side. Maybe the bed's on this side of the room. I'm going to put mine over here. But like I said, if you want to change yours a little bit once you get the idea, you can rearrange it, but maybe to start, since we haven't done a lot of these, it worked best if you just kind of followed my steps. So what I would do next is I'm going to draw the front of the bed, and then the headboard and pillow are going to be back here against the wall. So right here, I can use a ruler, but I'm just going to start off real light and draw a line here to about there. And I'm going to draw it up. Okay, maybe make it a little bit bigger. And I'll go up here and then across. So this is like the end of the bed where your feet would go. Okay. Now, as you can see, there is some erasing. This line inside, I'd have to erase because that would not be in there. That's a line for the wall, so I wouldn't see that there. Okay. Now I have to use my ruler for this part because we want to draw this in perspective, we call it. Okay, so that means things need to line up with our point. So I need to line this corner up with that vanishing point. There's my corner, there's my point, and I'm going to draw this line all the way to the wall corner right there. I stopped right here, but this line goes from this point, this corner, and it lines up with that point. I just stopped here. Okay, now I'm going to do it again right here and line it up with my point. And I'm going to draw this one basically to line up with this. Or if it helps, you can draw this one up a little first. Okay, but this one's going to basically stop when it runs into this. So I'm going to line it up, corner to the vanishing point. There's the corner of the bed. Line it up with my vanishing point, and my line's going to go all the way to there. Okay, I drew this line to help me so I knew where it went. So I'm going to darken that so you can see it better. So that's the side of my bed. Now you see this little bit here? That I end up having to erase. I can erase it now if I want, or I can get rid of it later. Okay, now I'm going to draw the back of the bed. That's going to go from here to the corner of the wall. I can use a ruler for that, or I can just for now draw it straight across. Then I need a line that goes from this corner of the front of my bed all the way to here. And that'll give me the box shape for my bed. In perspective, that means it's getting smaller as it goes back to that back wall. Okay, now everything inside of here can get erased because that's all part of my wall. But I wouldn't see that because the bed's in front of it. So all that stuff inside. There we go. Now, if you want to put a headboard on there, you can. You don't have to. You could just add a pillow right here against the wall. But a headboard would be like drawing something like this up, okay, and then maybe over, and then it comes down right here. I'm not sure if some of you have those on your bed. Some might not. Some might have a little bookshelf above it. But that'll be my headboard. And my pillow is going to probably be like right here. Pillow. And then this can get erased because my pillow is in front of that. As far as what you put on your bed, that's up to you. You can design it however you want. You can make a cool design. I like MSU. Maybe I make it all MSU or green and white stripes later. But there's my bed. Okay, now maybe I put something on the wall here. So I need to make sure that goes towards that vanishing point in perspective. So I'm going to draw a line right here. Okay. Then I'm going to take my ruler, line it up with my vanishing point again, line it up with the corner of this line, and then I'm going to start right here. It lines up with my point, my ruler does. Start right here and go up. Maybe I'll stop there. That'll be the end of that. I'm going to make it like a little poster or something, or I could make it a window. Then I'm going to take this, go to the point, and go to the bottom of that line I made. That's the bottom of that vertical line. And draw this out, aiming at my point. And then I would draw a line connecting the top to the bottom. Now, whether this is a window or a poster or a picture hanging on the wall, it gets smaller as it should, aiming towards the vanishing point. So I line my ruler up, line, line, side, side. Maybe this says MSU like my other one did. So I would write my M right here. Okay, my S, maybe I do this style S. Or really whatever you want on there. Could be a poster of your favorite team. Could be anything. And then the U is going to be really tall because it's bigger over here. So my MSU, I'll say it's a poster. I can color it however I want. Okay, so now I have a poster, a bed. Over here, maybe I draw a table or a dresser, a window. A window would be just like that poster. Okay, I would just turn it into a window. So I'll do the same thing over here and maybe say I have a window. So I'm going to go like this. Vertical line. Line my ruler up with the vanishing point. Go out this way. Okay, line the ruler up with the vanishing point on the bottom of that window. And then when I'm done, I need to draw a line that shows the side of it. So I'm going to say that's a window. If I want, I can draw trim around my window. Most windows have trim. It'd just be like drawing another line all the way around it. So it looks like trim. I'm just going around the window with a line. That's it. Okay, all the way around. So I just doubled up the line around my window. That's pretty simple. I could have anything in there. Could be a picture hanging on my wall, make it look like a window, and I could draw some stuff in it like my window's open. I could draw blinds on it to look like it's closed. So say I want it open, I could just draw a tree, the sun, whatever I'm seeing. If I want it to look like it's closed, then maybe I'd take my ruler, and if you have blinds, I would draw a line here, and then turn it. A line here, and turn it. I'm aiming it at the point. Every time I draw a line, I'm aiming it at my vanishing point. When I get done, it'll look like I have some sort of blinds on the window and they're closed. But they have to aim towards the point to make them look right. All these lines are aiming at that point. That's how I made it look the right way. Okay, so there's a window. Maybe I have a desk under here or a dresser, so I'm going to draw like a little box going to the bottom of the wall, out, up, and over. So that's how tall it is. Then I would draw a line from here and aim it at the point from the corner here, and I'll go in that far. I'm going to say that's the end of that dresser or desk. It's about that long, right to there. That's where it's going to stop. Okay, so I draw another line from this point out, and another line from this point towards the vanishing point, and then I have to end it. So I'm going to make this go up, and this is going to go back this way. And when I'm done, I have a little bit of an extra line here to erase, so I can get rid of that, get rid of this stuff inside. Okay, that box could be a dresser. All I'd have to do is draw a line down the middle, a little handle. There we go. I could draw something sitting on top of it. Maybe there's a lamp on here. There's the base. There you go. There's a little lamp on top of my dresser or whatever I want. So there's a few details. A rug. That was super easy. I put a rug on mine. I started with a line here. Okay, that's how big I want the rug to be. Lined it up with my point. Went out to here. Lined it up with my point. Went out to here. There we go. There's a rug on the floor now. If I want to draw an end, I could draw the other end of my rug. Put whatever I want on my rug. A door would be nice to have here in the middle. Now this is the wall where you don't have to draw anything aiming at the point because this wall is just flat. These are angling in. So on this wall, a door would just be a normal door. Just a rectangle. There's my door. I can put a handle on it. Maybe I'll draw a little detail. A lot of doors have panels in them, so there's a panel. There's another panel. Okay, there's my door. When I'm all done with everything, I erase that point because I don't want it there forever. I'll get rid of the vanishing point. But there's like the general idea, a bed, a dresser, or you can make it a desk, a bookshelf, window, poster. I could draw a light on the ceiling. Maybe it's like a lot of our bedrooms have lights like this where it's basically like a little half circle. Okay, I'll curve that in. And then this is like the top, and then there's edges here. There you go. That could be the light on my ceiling. A lot of our rooms have a little dome light like that, but you can make it different ways. You can look up online different ideas for 3D rooms and what you might put in yours. But that's how I sketched mine. That's a general idea. Once you have it sketched out like this, then you can add your own details. Like I said, if your window's open, stuff in the window, your poster could be whatever you want. You could put whatever design you want on your bed. Your rug could have a design. I could have a pet laying on my bed. I mean, I could add all sorts of fun little things. But this is the general outline. At the least, let's have a bed in the room, okay, a door, some sort of a table, dresser, or desk, a window or two, or a picture or poster with a window, some sort of a light. Okay, don't forget about your door. The floor, I mean, a rug's kind of optional. I just thought that'd be kind of fun with mine so the floor wasn't too empty, but you could make it a rug, or you could just imagine this is all carpet and pick the color you want it to be. So there you go. I look forward to seeing what you create for your 3D room.